Hello, baseball fans, and welcome to this broadcast of Lamar Viking Varsity Baseball, brought to you by the Lamar Viking Baseball Booster Club. I'm Bill Frawley. Along with me under headsets tonight, Steve Langford doing color commentary. I'll be doing the play-by-play, some PA announcing. We're ready to go here in just a few minutes. We had senior night just a little while ago where we recognized our 8 graduating seniors, all of them 4-year players in the program. And the umpires and coaches are finishing up their meeting at the mound currently. As soon as that's over, we'll have starting lineups, the national anthem, and first pitch of the game. Steve, how are you doing this evening?
Hello, Bill. I'm well. I'm glad to be here. It's a beautiful night out here at the ballpark. There is a bit of a north wind, steady north wind, but we'll deal with that, I expect.
Boy, what a difference 24 hours makes. Last night they were hoping to get the game in. Then the storms came rolling through the Metroplex. Heavy rain, lightning, all that, and they did make a good decision early on to go ahead and cancel the game. I think AISD actually canceled all district games in the district. And then so we have the beautiful evening tonight and just expecting hopefully a fun game tonight for our seniors.
Beautiful spring night.
Vikings will be taking on the Sam Houston Texans tonight in the first of a 2-game series. All right, well, here we are. It looks like we're ready for the starting lineups. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineups for today's game. First, for the visiting Sam Houston Texans, batting first at pitcher number 7, Francisco Castaneda. Batting second at catcher number 3, Brian Lopez. Batting third at first base number 25, David Herrera. Batting fourth at shortstop number 4, Jonathan Coronado. Batting fifth at third base, number 14, Adrian Correa. Batting sixth in left field, number 6, Dustin Collier. Batting seventh in center field, number 2, Jesus Sanchez. Batting eighth, designated hitter number 5, Kevin Kristen. Batting ninth, second baseman number 13, Eddie Trejo. Starting right fielders, number 19, Omar Maldonado. The Texans are led by coaches Weaver and Barrett. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for your Lamar Vikings. Batting first in center field, number 24, Cooper Barnard. Barnard in center. Batting second at first base, number 1, Jalen Humbles. Humbles at first.
Whoa.
Batting third behind the plate, number 16, Nick Griffin. Griffin, the catcher. Batting fourth at third base, number 18, Mason Gilliam. Gilliam at third. Batting fifth on the mound, number 8, Parker Schutte. Schutte is the pitcher. Batting sixth in right field, number 12, Eric Olivares. Olivares in right. Batting seventh at second base, number 11, Houston Cornish. Cornish at second. Batting eighth, designated hitter, number 3, Jacob Shehorn. Shehorn, the DH. Batting ninth in left field, number 4, Ethan Barnard. Barnard in left field. Your starting shortstop, number 19, Cade Shyrock. They are led by Coach Kino. The rest of your Lamar Vikings, Jacob Holler, Zach Woods, Eddie Charez, and Nate Rivera. Now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise as you are able. Remove your hats. Honor our nation's flag, remembering those who have served our country proudly and bravely to protect our freedom as we play the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest to throw out our ceremonial first pitch from the senior class freshman coach, Coach Woolsey. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a special welcome to Coach Woolsey. Yeah, when these guys were all freshmen, all the seniors, yeah. Yes, it is. All right, well, welcome back to the broadcast. Steve, the pitcher for Lamar has warmed up. That's Parker Schutte. He and Tucker Isbell both had great outings last week against Grand Prairie, which the Vikings swept to put them in a good spot in district play so far. Leading off for the Texans in the top of the first inning, number 7, the pitcher, Francisco Castaneda.
We've got some kids in different positions tonight. I notice that over at first base, Jalen Umbles is taking that position for the night.
Your first pitch temperature, 74 degrees. Yeah, Steve, so what has happened is they've had to do some rotations with the starting lineup a little bit during the season. Earlier in the season, Mason Gilliam, who's playing third base, he aggravated a previous injury on his ankle, I believe, and that brought him out of the lineup. Jalen Humbles, who's playing first base tonight, did a little bit of third base, moved around some. Coach was trying to figure out who he needed to have where. Gilliam's back in the lineup. On the third pitch, Castaneda pops one up into short center field for the first out. So 1 up, 1 down for the Texans so far. The next batter is the catcher, number 3, Brian Lopez. So Brian Lopez, number 2 batter, he'll come up to the plate. So now Humbles has been moved over to first base. Gilliam back at his third base position. The first pitch is kind of an excuse-me swing to Gilliam, and he picks it up and throws an out at first base. So that'll go down as a 5-3.
And that's a one pitch out, and those are good.
Yes, sir. You want to keep that pitch count down as much as you can. The next batter, first baseman, number 25, David Herrera.
Neither batter has got much on the ball of the bat on the ball. That one came off the top of the bat.
First pitch is a foul ball out over to the soccer practice field. Counts 0-1. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the first inning. Yeah, and what you mentioned, Steve, about like the pitch count, I was talking with Coach Kino on the coaches show earlier this week about the importance of quality at bats when the Vikings are on offense. That curveball hangs high and the count evens up at 1-1. And so you have the right idea when we're pitching, 1 pitch, 2 pitch outs are awesome. When we're at bat, string those things out, get that pitch count up.
One thing that Parker was not able to do, there's a good strike. He did not throw a first pitch strike to his first batter.
Yes, that's true. 1-2 now the count to the number 3 batter in the order, David Herrera. Ground ball hit sharply to first base. Humbles picks it up. He'll step on the bag in plenty of time. That'll go down as a G3. So very quickly, it's 3 up, 3 down. We will be back. Leading off for the Vikings, center fielder number 24, Cooper Sunshine Barnard.
Cooper's been our leadoff batter all year, and I think even last year. It's a position and he starts again with a hit pitch. Last game he had 2 hit pitches. Ouch.
The next batter for the Vikings, your first baseman, number 1, Jalen Humbles. Yeah, you're right about Cooper. He seems to be a pitch magnet sometimes. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him go soon.
He's got some speed.
Pitcher threw back, drawing him back on a dive to first base, but he's safe. So we're in the bottom of the first inning. There's no score.
And he's gone.
He's running to first base, and he's there in plenty of time.
Plenty of time. It's a high pitch. But catcher couldn't get to the shortstop.
So Cooper Barnard on the second pitch
Scoring
of this batter
position.
gets himself to second base. Yes, sir, scoring position. Steve, you are correct. There's a swing and a miss by Humbles. Evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Nobody out. A runner at second base for the Vikings. Bottom of the second inning, no score. Beautiful, clear evening. Wind, kind of a fairly gentle wind at times, blowing out of the north. If someone can take it to right field, they might have a chance of a turnpike touch 'em all. Humbles pulls out the 9-iron and swings at a low pitch, fouls it back, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Those lefties have a hard time laying off low inside. And that was definitely low.
Yeah.
Jalen needs to put it in play. Quality at bat. Let's go.
The shortstop easing over to second
Way
to
out.
try to draw a throw. That pitch is well outside. The count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cooper Barnard, the leadoff hitter, he's the runner at second base after getting hit by a pitch.
First pitch.
First pitch of the whole game. That's right. Jalen Humbles, the lefty. His bat came alive last week. Here's the 2-2.
Ooh.
Catches the...
Ooh.
Oh, I thought he was going to call that a strike.
Yep. It was that close.
The way he was raising up his hand, I thought he was
it was a curve that just missed that outside
count
corner.
Goes full.
He's done a good job coming back, watching the plate now. Protect it.
Here comes the payoff pitch.
There you go.
High fly ball to right center field. The second baseman's going out for it.
Center field,
and it drops
falls
right in front of the center fielder, so that'll go down as a single. Barnard can't. No, he's going to advance on a errant throw. Gets under a tag, and he is safe at third.
So that goes down as a hit. Yeah,
The catcher, number 16, Nick Griffin.
Barnard was using that speed. The throw from the outfield went over the second baseman, and so he just took off. The third baseman, though, picked it up and tried hard to tag him.
So runners on the corners with nobody out. Here's the first pitch.
Oh, wow.
A shot
He
to
drives
deep
it.
left field. It's caught by the left fielder. Cooper Barnard tags up, and he'll score easily on the sacrifice fly. Scoring on Nick Griffin's sacrifice fly, Cooper Barnard. The next batter is number 18, third baseman Mason Gilliam.
That was a well-hit ball. Unfortunately, it just went right straight to the left fielder. I think he took 2 steps.
Well, the pitcher throws over to first base. Humbles gets back in plenty of time. The first pitch to Gilliam. Humbles goes to second. There's a throw, not in time. The umpire watching to make sure stayed on the bag, and he did. So Humbles gets a stolen base, and he'll be at second base in scoring position with 1 out. The count, 1 ball and no strikes. To Mason Gilliam, our third baseman. Right-handed batter. Here's the pitch. Kind of low towards outside. Yep. The count goes 2-0.
With every game, you got to figure out what the umpire's strike zone is going to be.
That can be a challenge, can it, Steve? We've seen a lot of crazy stuff up here over the years.
I've seen that one called as a strike.
So the pitcher, Castaneda, stepped off the rubber just in time to turn around, pump fakes a throw to second. That drew Humbles back to second base.
But
Here's the pitch. Line
foul.
drive that's going to go foul off the third base line. Well, that's one of those, if that stays fair, just move it over about 5 or 6 feet.
That's a double.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but our runners definitely are have the pitcher's attention, and that's a distraction.
Yeah, it is. In a game like this, you want to get all the outs you can, probably focusing on the batters as much as possible. That pitch tails off low and outside. The count goes to 3-1.
This kid's got some movement on his curveball, but he can't get it across the plate yet. He can't get the curve across the plate. And if he throws that fastball across it, they're hitting it.
Swing and a miss for strike 2, and the count goes full.
And just as I say that, he throws a curve that just falls right in there.
Full count payoff pitch coming. Swing and a miss for strike 3. The next Viking to the plate is your pitcher, number 8, Parker Schutte. So Parker Schutte comes up to the plate, see if he can help out his own cause here.
We got a guy in scoring position. We don't want to leave the duck on the pond.
Parker, one of our
Ooh, that's a
seniors
strike.
tonight. That is called strike 1. He's going to head off and be a pitcher at Hendrix College in Conway, Arkansas next year. Great school, great baseball program, a lot of good history there. Congratulations to Parker signing with them. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That goes outside for ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Vikings lead 1-0. 2 outs and a runner on second.
So when you're a pitcher at bat, does it help being a pitcher?
There's a swing and a miss. And the count goes to 1-2. You know, it can help you out if you kind of know what to look for. You might have a little bit extra insight. Hey, what kind of pitch is he likely to throw? What could happen here?
So he knows he's not going to throw down the middle strike with 2 strikes and 1 ball. So he'd be pretty selective while protecting. There it is, though.
High fly ball. That's going to go foul back behind us here in the broadcast booth. And the count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You know, this pitcher has made a liar out of me twice already.
Don't go behind a lottery ticket,
there
then,
you
Steve.
go. Hello.
At least not tonight, or not this inning. There's a pitch that was tailing towards the outside edge, but Parker with the 2-strike approach fouls it off.
That was to stay alive. That was this is good at bat. That's with 2 strikes. That's 2 fouls. Pitches he's fouled off.
So 8 or more pitches, you get to call it a quality at bat. So my rough estimate is 3 and 2. He has 5 pitches this at bat so far. There's a line drive that's going into center field, and it is caught for the 3rd out. But the Vikings score 1 to take a 1-0 lead. We will be back. This season, some of our folks are the Chris Rentz Insurance Company, Physicians Ageless Solutions, Cover All Bases, Raising Canes, Luxor Staffing, Patriot Print Fulfillment, Green Oak Spine and Sport, Central Park ENT, Sutton Frost Carey, No Frills Grill, Painters USA, H2H Plans, and Redeemer Arlington. Hey, Viking fans, be sure to patronize these places as much as you can and tell them thank you for supporting Lamar Viking Baseball. Leading off for the Texans in the top of the 2nd inning, number 4, shortstop Jonathan Coronado.
Bill, that was a good half inning for the Texans. They faced the heart of our lineup and only gave up one run. Left a man on.
First pitch misses for ball 1. Parker not getting some first pitch strikes on a consistent basis yet tonight. There's a high fly ball that's going to go to short center field. Cooper Barnard runs in there and makes the catch for out number 1 on only, 2 pitches, I believe.
Yep.
The next Texan to the plate, third baseman number 14, Adrian Correa.
And again, they're not getting the bat into the ball solidly. That came off the top of the bat, too.
That's a good observation, Steve.
There's a good pitch.
There's a first pitch strike we want to see. Probably about his second one. I didn't keep track, but I think but you got about 2 so far. We are in the top of the second inning. 1 out, nobody on.
Ooh.
That pitch just misses the lower right-hand corner of the strike zone as we're looking at it from behind home plate. Evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Vikings have a 1-0 lead. There's a swing, and that's a foul ball that's grounded over towards the Viking dugout off the third base line. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
So if the other team's not getting a solid bat on the ball, that means he's got some good spin on that ball, I would think.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch.
There you go.
High fly ball to left center field.
But
Barnard has
there.
time to get over.
Woo!
Makes the catch for another F8. This time getting number 14. The next batter is left fielder number 6, Dustin Collier.
Of the outs thus far, 5 outs against the Texans, Barnard's got 3 of them.
That's true. First out of the first inning, and now the first 2 outs of the second inning.
And he's fighting the sun.
That pitch misses for ball 1. Yeah, that's right. The sun is still in that spot to where anywhere on the left-hand side that you can see the third base and shortstop, they're shading their eyes with their gloves. That pitch catches the lower right-hand corner of the strike zone, evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, everybody on that left side of the field are having to shield the sun.
High fly ball that's going to go backwards and out of play.
Right on top. Oh!
Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Ahead again.
Chips it, bounces off the catcher's mask. Umpire checks and makes sure Nick Griffin's okay there, and he is. Count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. You know, Steve, it's amazing to me. You know, my son played catcher 4 years here, and even before that, the balls that they can take off the mask, off the helmet, it just amazes me.
That addition.
And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3 to end the inning. It's still 1-0. We'll be back. Leading off in the bottom of the second inning for the Vikings, right fielder number 12, Eric Olivares.
Catchers getting hit with that mask. Back in the dark ages when we played, there was just the catcher just had a mask.
Yeah, they just went over the helmet, right?
Yep.
First pitch is swung on, And the right fielder's going to catch that just inside fair territory on the fly, and that's going to be an F9 to retire number 12.
One pitch out. Ouch.
The next batter for the Vikings, second baseman number 11, Houston Cornish.
I don't know when they added the helmet, but that helmet absorbs.
First pitch to Cornish, the left-handed batter misses low for ball one. Yeah, it
absorbs a little bit more than
just that mask with a lot of padding, right? High fly ball that's going to go out of play back behind us.
Because that mask was basically up against your forehead, and now it's up against that helmet.
Yeah, and you've got the whole head's got cushion on it.
Yeah.
And man, those the helmets now are so easy for the catcher to pull off and even just to pull back on quickly.
Ooh,
that pitch missed.
Barely.
2 balls and was that was
a pretty pitch.
It was down in the kind of just off the lower left-hand corner of the strike zone.
That's the kind of pitch you want to throw when you have 2 strikes. The guy's got to protect.
The 2-1 swung on. That's going to go foul off the first base line. Boy, that went way deep into the visitors' bullpen. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We are in bottom of the second inning. There's 1 out, nobody on. Vikings lead Sam Houston 1-0.
If that had been a little straighter, that could have been a homer.
There's the 2-2. A line drive into center field. That's going to be a base hit.
That's a good one.
The next batter for your Vikings, designated hitter number 3, Jacob Shehorn.
Jacob does some pitching for us.
Yes, he does.
Oh,
first pitch to him caught the outside edge of the outside corner for strike 1.
I think he caught the shadow of the corner.
Yeah, I think so. Got a little military flyover with one of those twin-bladed Chinooks crossing over the Lamar Viking diamond. Fly ball, that's going to drop into center field. Cornish will go to second. This second inning flyover is brought to you by the men and women who protect our country in the armed forces.
Yeah, that fly fell in one of those no-man lands.
Your next batter for the Vikings, left fielder number 4, Ethan Barnard.
Shortstop, second baseman, center fielder were all there, but nobody got it.
Yeah, one of those that really should have been caught, but no communication. Goes down, at least for us, as a single.
And that allowed.
First pitch is swung on and missed by Ethan Barnard, another one of our seniors tonight.
Cornish was on first base, and they had a hit and run on, and he was at second base. Hello. We're going to call time.
The way that umpire threw his arms up and yelled, I couldn't tell what word he said. He said time. I thought he was upset about something. The coach was coming out to talk to his pitcher.
Yeah, the coach called, and he heard it because the kids didn't call the time. Yeah. So Cornish was at second. He was about 5 feet away from second, realized that's a fly ball, and he turned around to go back, and it dropped, and then he had to turn around and go back to second. So we've got runners at first and second with just 1 out.
Yep. With Ethan Barnard, the number 9 hitter in the lineup up at the plate. Now his brother, Cooper, younger brother,
leads off.
He's on deck, and he'll be up next. So, and we've actually seen some times where Ethan has come in to run for Cooper.
When Cooper's pitching?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so they've broken up the mound meeting.
Is that not a special treat to get to play high school ball on the same team with your brother?
Oh, yeah. No balls and 1 strike.
No competition at all.
No sibling rivalry. Runners at first and second, 1 out. 1-0, the Vikings lead, bottom of the second inning. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Throws down a bunt.
Oh!
And it rolls just foul off the third base line.
That So the count goes to 0-2. That was a pretty hard bunt. It got almost all the way to third base.
Yeah, heck, can't even say the wind blew it off because the wind's blowing the opposite direction. He just rolled and went foul. Good idea. Now the third baseman coming in on the edge of the grass a little bit.
Yeah, but he's got to protect
and
the plate.
there's a swing and a miss for strike 3.
Ouch. All right.
Number 24, Cooper Barnard.
All right.
So
Cooper.
Barnard a chance. He got hit by the first pitch of the game, his previous at bat in the first inning. Wow, that's a curveball that also moved horizontally.
Yep, it did.
Nice pitch.
That was a nice pitch.
Sometimes
you
when
could
Zach
call that
Woods,
a slider.
Yeah, Zach Woods and he'll call that a nasty pitch. And
Nasty.
Yeah, no balls and 1 strike. The same
There
type
you
of pitch,
There you
swings
go.
on it, bounces
Put it
to
in
the
play,
second baseman.
and he's
he
going to reach
boosts
on
it.
an error.
Now they're going to send the runner home,
No.
and sure
No.
enough.
He's calling the second baseman, the runner going from first to second. He calls interference, calls him out. No.
Oh, wow. I was watching the runner.
Yeah,
So the field umpire, Coach Kano's going out there to tell him, hey, that's not what happened.
Shehorn is called out on interference.
So the run won't score.
Nope. That'll leave 2 on. What is that right? Or
Well, that's the third out
yeah.
because
So
there were
just
2
the one.
outs. Coach Kano getting his money's worth out there with a little talk.
But that umpire's not listening to him.
Can the umpire confirm no run scored?
No run.
Thank you. In the bottom of the second inning, no runs, 2 hits, 1 left on base. The score remains 1-0.
I would have had a hard
Leading off in the top of the third inning for the Texans, number 2 center fielder Jesus Sanchez.
So in the first 2 innings, the Texans have gone 3 up and 3 down, so we're in the bottom third of their order, their first time to bat around. First strike.
First pitch misses for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch is lifted high in the infield. Mason Gilliam will get that easily over at third base. The sun is now going down far enough to where he's not having to shade his eyes anymore. So that'll go down as an F5 for number 2.
2 strike out. 2 pitch out.
The next batter, designated hitter number 5, Kevin Kristen. So Kevin Kristen comes up to the plate. 1 out, nobody on. First pitch to him, fouls off over toward the Texans dugout.
So Schuette's throwing strikes.
There is a first pitch strike for him.
There's another one.
Oh, and the count goes to 0-2.
Yeah, he's been ahead of every batter, I think.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch, and that's fouled off right over to the visitors' dugout off the first base line. And the count remains 0-2. Top of the third inning, the Vikings lead 1-0.
There you go.
And there's called strike 3 for the second out of the inning. The next batter is second baseman number 13, Eddie Trejo. So the number 9 batter in the order comes up to the plate. Low and inside. Misses for ball 1. Ball 1. 2 outs. Nobody on. There's a bouncing ball that goes over the pitcher's head. Shryock gets the ball. And what a scoop by Jalen Humbles at first base. We'll be back. Leading off in the bottom of the third inning for the Vikings, Jalen Stretch Humbles.
I love Stretch.
Well, I tell you what,
That's good. That's good.
Thanks. The way he's laid out, like we were saying off the air a little bit there, I mean, he barely kept his foot still on the bag, apparently.
I mean, he was flat on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
He was flat on the ground.
All right.
That was pretty.
So Stretch comes up to the plate. The lefty swings at the first pitch. Fly ball, it goes into foul territory. And the third baseman makes a nice catch over there.
For the first out. One pitch out. That hurts.
The next batter, Nick Griffin.
But it's hard to be standing up there and the first pitch is a strike and you want to hit it.
Oh, yeah. Well, the first pitch to Nick Griffin misses for ball 1. Back in the first inning, Nick's first at bat flew out to the left fielder. That pitch misses, and the count quickly goes to 2-0. So Griffin ahead in the count. Gets to be a little bit picky here.
That first inning, there was an RBI, wasn't it? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, let's see. There's a fly ball to right field.
That's going to be trouble.
That goes over the right fielder's head, hits the wall.
That's going to be a triple.
Griff goes around second. Griffin's headed to third. There's going to be a throw, but not in time.
That's a stand-up
triple.
Woo!
Stand-up triple for Nick Griffin. The next batter to the plate is number 18, Mason Gilliam. Courtesy runner at third base for the Vikings, number 22, Zach Woods.
Oh, boy, Zach. Let's go. That was a well-hit ball. And to a gap.
Yeah, classic hit them where they ain't, right?
That's what he did.
First pitch goes outside. Gilliam holds off on that one. That's another one of those pitches that's moving really nicely horizontally, and Gilliam held off swinging at that one, but it was right there on the edge.
And it just kept falling away.
So 1 out, a runner at third.
There.
That pitch stays high for ball 2. Zach Woods, a runner at third, running for the catcher, Nick Griffin. Good to see Zach, another one of our seniors. He's going to go to Texas A&M in the fall, major in meteorology.
Zach's got a great spirit. Great
and
attitude.
he has served so well up here in the booth for 4 years. And he says it just missed barely. So 3-0 is the count.
So we
going to miss Zach when he's not on the field. He's usually up here.
All right, Gilliam needs to be taking.
Here comes the 3-0. And, there's a called strike. We heard that one. That umpire likes calling that out. That's good. I like hearing the audible.
Emphasizing it.
Yeah, I like hearing a voice or some umpire. Makes the game.
Okay, they plays it on.
There's the
infield's
3-1.
in.
High fly ball over toward third base. Third baseman goes into foul territory. Now he goes back.
That's a fair
wow,
ball.
and he caught it.
Yep.
Reached out and got that. So another great catch by the third baseman who's having to move around a little bit.
He's made the 2 outs. Yeah.
Your next Viking to the plate, Parker Shooty.
And Gilliam made a mental error then. He thought that was foul, so he didn't run to first base. And then it came back in foul territory. If he'd have dropped that.
True. He should have been running hard. They call that a hard
there
run.
you go.
There's a screaming ground ball to the first baseman in and out of his glove. Now, why he didn't take that on his own? It looked like there was going to be I thought he was going to beat the ball out at first. Now, why the first baseman didn't take that on his own, I don't know.
4-3.
Close play. That'll go down as a 4-3 and end the inning. Still 1-0. We'll be back. Leading off in the top of the fourth inning for the Texans, number 7, Francisco Castaneda.
First pitch strike.
High fly ball to left field. Goes just out of reach of the left fielder. He'll throw it back in. That's going to be a double for the leadoff batter, Francisco Castaneda, and there goes the no-hitter.
And a courtesy runner, number 17.
Courtesy runner at first base, number 17, Omar Martinez. The next batter will be number 3, Brian Lopez.
Costa Rica got into that pitch.
Boy, yeah,
There's a
Castaneda
solid
hit that, and it went like as deep as you can go.
without going over. It bounced on the ground and up against the fence. That's how deep it was.
Yeah, Ethan Barnard gave good chase to it. It's just a legitimate double.
Over in the corner, too.
So Brian Lopez comes up to the plate for his second at bat. He grounded out to the third baseman back in the first inning.
I would be looking for a sack bunt here, getting that runner on over to third, so they can get this game tied up. Well,
Ground ball hit to the shortstop.
Oh,
he's going to throw to third,
my.
and they're going to tag the forced runner at third. Great heads-up play by the infield, and that, of course, is Cade Shyrock playing shortstop to turn that play. So that'll go down as a 6-5 force. Gets the lead runner out.
Yep.
The next batter is number 25, David Herrera.
It could be argued that was a mental running error, offensive error.
So Lopez reaches on a fielder's choice. He'll be the runner at first.
Yep.
One out, one on at first. The score still Lamar 1, Sam Houston 0. We're in the top of the fourth inning.
Normally your coach will tell you if you're on second, the ball's hit to the shortstop. Make him make a play before you make a break.
Here's a pitch. Just misses. Ball 2.
Well, both batters this inning have put the bat on the ball and done so solidly.
Time is called, I believe, by the batter.
Looks like it.
I tell you, that umpire at home plate, he calls time as loud as he calls a strike or an out.
Maybe louder.
It might be.
I mean, he takes control of this game, that's for sure.
I mean, I saw traffic on I-30 slowing down when he said time.
He said time, yeah. They were. There's a strike.
There's the strike, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. The runner at first base not taking a very big lead.
One of the few times Shooty's been behind a batter tonight.
Here goes the 2-1. Ground ball that's going to go foul. Nice little scoop by the coach of the Texans over there at third base. Barehanded scoop of that ground ball foul. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nice crowd out here for the Vikings. A lot of students out here also. That pitch misses outside, and the count goes full at 3-2. Lots of parents, some other relatives, and a good student representation out here on a Wednesday night. Beautiful evening for baseball. There's a payoff pitch, line drive to the glove of Shyrock, and he throws for the double play at first. The runner was off the bag. The heads-up bang-bang double play ends the inning with no runs on 1 hit and nobody left on base. Your score remains 1-0, and that takes us to the 4th inning stretch.
That was well played.
Leading off in the bottom of the fourth inning for the Vikings, Eric Olivares.
We need to pad that score a little.
Yeah, we definitely need to get some more runs on the board.
We've had the runners.
Eric Olivares, another one of our seniors, also played football 4 years here. Great linebacker. He swings at the first pitch. It goes foul out over to the soccer playing field behind the visitors' dugout and stands.
He does a good job in that linebacker position of moving left to right, covering the field.
I mean, a true headhunter.
Yeah.
You know?
There's another strike.
There's a called strike. The count now 0-2 for Olivares, so he's going to have that two-strike approach.
Yeah. Both of these pitchers' breaking balls are starting to fall now.
Flew out to the right fielder back in the second inning. That pitch tails off outside. The count goes to 1-2. The Vikings clinging to a 1-0 lead against the Sam Houston Texans, who have their ace pitcher on the mound tonight. Doing a great job, Frank Castaneda.
Ooh.
That pitch tails off and the count goes to 2-2. Francisco Castaneda pitching for the Texans, one of the best Texan pitchers I've seen in quite a while.
He's got some movement on that ball as well as the fastball. And there's
a
fastball.
line drive out of the reach of the
go.
shortstop, base hit, leadoff single for Olivares. Leadoff single for Olivares. The next batter, Houston Cornish.
That was a quality at bat. Down 2 runs and comes back in singles to get on.
So the left-hander, Houston Cornish, steps up to the plate. He got a single and was stranded back in the second inning. See if he can get on base and move.
Third baseman's in playing bunt.
Olivares runs on the first pitch. He's going to slide in plenty of time. Called strike.
Yep. Beep, beep. Ow. Scoring position again.
Yep. Now we need to
But
bring
nobody
him in.
out. Nobody out.
Yeah. You can't afford to strand someone. No outs and a runner in scoring position. No balls and 1 strike to Houston Cornish, the lefty. Here's a pitch. Swung on. Fouls back to the wall. And the count goes to 0-2. The Vikings just having a hard time picking up this pitcher, Francisco Castaneda.
He's alternating his pitches well, too. Curve, slider, and a fastball.
Making for an interesting game so far. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's way high and outside.
That's a wild pitch. Will advance.
Eric Olivares gets to third base.
Yeah.
All right, Coach Kino over at third, encouraging Houston Cornish to hit this ball into play. 1-2
Infield
count.
is in.
Here's the pitch, swing on. It's going to be a grounder over to the visitors' dugout, and it goes foul. The count stays at 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch again.
Oh, wow.
Jams him inside. That's a deep fly ball that's going to go foul over toward the visitors' bullpen. And the count stays. I'm trying to make a new word, scout.
The scout is 1-2.
The count stays at 1-2.
And with 1-2 scout, he's fouled off 2 in a row. And that was one of those deep inside curving things.
Let's see if he can straighten this one out. Here's the pitch.
Oh, he got him.
Oh, and he gets a good called strike 3. Nice pitch by Castaneda there.
It was. The
next Viking to the plate, Jacob Shehorn.
He had fouled off 2 fastballs, and he brought that slow curve that dropped in. Started way outside and then dropped in over the plate.
First pitch to Shehorn, swings and misses for strike 1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch.
There's a base hit.
Ground ball past the second baseman. Olivares scores. Nice clutch hit there by Shehorn. Number 4, Ethan Barnard.
Back-to-back singles.
Runner goes. The pitch is a pitch out. He'll be safe at second.
They were trying
Scoring on the previous play, Eric Olivares.
We haven't seen that much this year, but that was a designed call pitch out so the catcher could have a clear shot at throwing to second.
And Shehorn got just enough of a jump to get there in plenty of time. It was a decent throw.
It was a good throw,
pitch
but
out.
it wasn't in time.
Yeah. So 1 ball and no strikes. The umpire's trying to kind of help reposition, move some dirt around second base.
Not only stole second base, he almost took it out of the ground.
Call him the earth mover. They are moving some serious dirt over there.
Yep.
Call him Scoop or something. I haven't seen this much dirt kicked around by a player and an umpire since Billy Martin got into an argument, right?
I was just thinking the same thing, Billy Martin kicking dirt on the umpire.
Yeah, Tommy Lasorda did that once or twice, I think, too. But Billy Martin was really good at it. All right, runner at second base, 1 out.
On the pitch out.
The count is 1 ball and no strikes.
And again.
Here's the pitch. Shows bunt. Pops it straight back. The count evens up at 1-1. Hey, look, I'll just say, Sam Houston struggles, okay?
Yep.
And it's just nice to see the pitcher having some success. And really, their defense is making some plays tonight.
Sam Houston's held us to 2 runs.
And they're playing a clean game.
And we've had kids on base.
Yeah. There's a pitch. It's a ground ball. Gets past the second baseman. Runner's coming around third. He's going to score easily. A throw in, and that will be an error on the second baseman. Scoring for the Vikings, Jacob Shehorn. The next batter, Cooper Barnard.
Are we going to talk to him about his walk-up song next year? That's
well, but so the story behind the walk-up song, his nickname since childhood has been Sunshine.
Yep.
So that's why he likes that sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. But
that's his personality.
It is. And just a fun guy.
Yep.
Not saying he's a mushroom, just a fun guy to be around.
That's the first real error that's cost Sam Houston this game.
True. So Cooper Barnard's been at the plate long enough and says, hey, I need time. I can't stand there any longer. The umpire grants it. Cooper's brother, Ethan, the senior player, is at first base with only 1 out. Let's see if Cooper can bring him around or at least advance him a base or 2. Runner goes, swing and a miss, no throw, and Ethan Barnard has a stolen base. So the count starts off now at no balls and 1 strike for Cooper, who probably doing his job, though, swinging when the runner's moving.
Hit and run.
Just to help. Yeah, hit and run. Help kind of get in the way of the catcher a little bit legally. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Curveball right back to the pitcher on the ground. He'll throw to first. Runner's going to third, and he'll be safe at third base. Thank you.
So Cooper put the ball in play, and Ethan advanced to third base.
Oh, and I just missed the next batter.
And that should be number 1, Jalen.
Yes.
It's the ball.
The batter is number 1, Jalen Humbles.
Ethan did a good job of base running. He took a good lead, waited for the pitcher to field the ball and throw it to first.
Umpire.
Coach made a call time.
No, the umpire was upset about something over in the
Dugout.
Vikings dugout. Coach says, I got it. He'll take care of it. Fly ball to center field. Center fielder catches it on the run, and that will retire the side. But the Vikings get 2 more. They lead 3-0, and we'll be back. Leading off in the top of the 5th inning for the Texans. Number 4, Jonathan Coronado. So the lefty, Jonathan Coronado, steps up to the plate to lead off here in the top of the 5th inning. Flew out to the center fielder, Cooper Barnard, back in the 2nd. Looks at the first pitch. It's low. Hits the dirt, bounces off of Nick Griffin's catcher's mask. Parker Schutte actually came off the mound to scoop that ball up. And the count's going to start at 1-0. Schutte, uncharacteristically, not getting a lot of first pitch strikes tonight, but still being very effective on the mound. There's a foul ball that goes back to the top of the net in front of the home stands. The count evens up at 1 strike.
He came back and got that.
Here's the 1-1. Oh, that just hangs real high.
Yep.
And the count goes to 2-1. Oh, did he say strike?
Yep. No, he said Steve.
Yeah, there you Steve. Now there's a called strike, and it goes to 2-2.
He's hit both times with his fastball.
Bouncing ball up the first base line, and it just goes foul. Now they're saying they called foul early.
They called foul because it came off the plate.
Wait, come back. Oh, no.
So the count goes to 2 strikes. And hit off the plate. Then it rolled foul also as he was running to first base. But good job there of running to first, just to make sure. Here comes the 2-2. High fly ball to right center field. Olivares coming in to make a play. He's got it. Cooper Barnard putting together a nice backup just in case. And the first batter of the inning is out on an F9. The next batter is number 14, Adrian Correa. Adrian Correa comes up to the plate. He flew out to center field last time. First pitch to him, low for ball one.
He's come at that first pitch has been a breaking ball most of the night. He's just not always getting the call.
It's right on the edge of that strike zone, isn't it?
It is.
Here comes the 1-0. That caught the outside edge of the outside corner. And I think, Steve, to us right here, when the catcher caught it, it looked outside, but I think it crossed over the edge of the plate as it was tailing around. Evens up the count at 1-1.
What we have to understand, I thought that would have been called, is that when the ball's coming across, even if it just cuts
the edge
tip
of the plate
of that corner, that's a strike.
That pitch missed. It's 2-1 now.
That one didn't.
There's a ground ball. That's fair.
Face.
Just inside the third base line. Left fielder goes and picks it up. There's a throw to second, but he makes it to second, sliding in time. That'll be a double
Runner in
for
scoring
Correa.
position.
Now, Mason Gilliam, Correa.
Yeah.
Now, Mason Gilliam, the third baseman, was kind of like, looked like he was kind of complaining, saying, what, was that a foul ball? But it was a fair ball.
It was a fair ball. It was a well-hit ball, and it
number 6, Dustin Collier.
talking about catching the corner, it went over the inside corner of that in the playing field. All right. This is the second inning that they've had a base runner. They had one last inning, and now they've got one here.
True. Actually, 2 people reached last inning, but that was the first inning they had one.
Yep.
First pitch. Oh, inside.
Yep.
Batter falls down. Nick Griffin goes out to talk to Parker Schutte. The batter goes over to talk to the third base coach. Nick Griffin saying, hey, just chill, man. It's cool. You got this. Yeah. Schutte just a little bit off his game, it seems like, tonight. At least with first pitches.
Yep.
But still being very effective with the only. I say that and I look back. There's only one hit. And now Coach Goodman's going to come out and talk to the pitcher.
We have 2 doubles. Both of them down that third base line. One was a line drive, that last one, and then there was one that hit out there at 310.
All right, so Goodman is finished with his chat at the mound. Nick Griffin went out there also.
Had a huddle on the pitcher's mound.
Yes, they did. The count, 1 ball and no strikes. There's 1 out and a runner on second for the Texans. We're in the top of the 5th inning. The score is 3-0 in favor of the Vikings.
So
but the Texans trying to threaten here.
Reckon they were talking about what they're going to do after the game or what?
I think he's telling Schutte, you better focus on this batter. Let's don't give up a run here. That pitch goes outside. Nick Griffin does a good job of using his body to block it. It goes just a little bit behind him. Yeah, knocked it down, but he kept on top of it, and the runner does not advance. 2 balls and no strikes. To Dustin Collier. Struck out swinging in the second inning. Here's the pitch. Swings there and misses. I should say that again.
Let's do that again.
Count goes to 2-1. Just as a reminder, Dustin Collier struck out swinging in the second inning. We'll see if that has any effect or not.
Oh, my.
I'm buying a lottery ticket if he swings and misses at this one. All right, here comes the 2-1 pitch.
He did.
Swing and a miss. I'm buying a lottery ticket.
There you go.
And I'll give you some of the winnings, Steve.
There you go.
Count evens up at 2-2. In case I didn't mention it yet, Collier struck out swinging back in the second inning.
And that would, if he did that again, that would put us at 2 outs with a runner in scoring position.
That's true. Speaking of ballet,
Good
here
comeback.
comes the 2-2 pitch.
Down by 2, and
He fouls that one over to the
off.
soccer field, stays alive at 2-2.
That was a good pitch.
That was.
Strike over the outside corner. And it was one of those fastballs.
Collier's the number 6 hitter, so they're in the bottom third or middle and third of the
In
lineup
middle. Yep.
with a runner on second and one out. Here comes another
There he got
2-2.
him.
Ground
Right
ball back to the pitcher. Shooty checks the runner, throws the batter out at first. The runner was halfway, so he'll move to third, but they did get the batter out on the 1-3 play.
First time they've had a runner at third.
The batter's number 2, Jesus Sanchez. Sanchez comes up to the plate. He flew out to Mason Gilliam at third to start off the third inning.
Parker needs to focus on this batter.
And I'm glad that he got the batter out at first with the easy play. He could have thrown over to third, and they might have gotten the batter in a pickle. Ground ball to the third baseman, Gilliam. He throws and gets the out at first, so the runner is stranded. The score remains 3-0. We'll be back. Leading off in the bottom of the fifth inning for the Vikings, Nick Griffin.
16.
Yes.
All right, Nick, let's get us started here.
So Nick Griffin will step up to the plate. Flew out to left field back in the first inning. Hit that triple in the third, was stranded. Well, Zach Woods was stranded, the runner for him because he's a catcher. Vikings leading 3-0. The leadoff batter for the inning, Nick Griffin. First pitch to him on its way. Swings at it, gets a piece of it, and it goes foul. He'll start off no balls and one strike.
There's a
Line
base
drive into left field. That's a base hit for Nick Griffin. Leadoff single for Nick Griffin. The next batter, Mason Gilliam. Courtesy runner at first base for the Vikings, Zach Woods.
All right,
Now the coach comes out to talk to the pitcher.
That's the second time. They only.
What's going on out here? Well, Rick's scared because his eyelids are jammed and his old man is here. We need a live rooster. Is there a live rooster? We need a live rooster to take the curse off Jose's glove, and nobody seems to know what to get Millie or Jimmy for their wedding present. Is that about right? Right. Well, candlesticks always make a nice gift, and maybe you can find where she's registered, maybe a place setting her in the silverware. Okay, let's get to it. We're going.
All right, Nick.
The time has come for someone to put his foot down.
I only thought he got 2 trips to the mound before he had to replace him.
In the same inning.
Same inning.
Yeah. All right, so Mason Gilliam comes up to bat after the long conference at the mound. Pitcher stays in.
Zach at
Runner
first.
at first. Zach Woods, yes.
Taking a bold three-step lead.
Gilliam calls time at the plate. It's granted. Man, I flinch every time that umpire. Man, imagine making a mistake at home with them as your dad. All right. Throw back over to first.
Zach dives back in and hits the first base bag with his belt buckle.
Zach had about a three-step lead. Yeah, like you're saying, not a big lead. Here comes the first pitch to Gilliam, maybe. Let's see. Now Gilliam calls time again. Umpire grants it.
Have we seen this before?
Deja vu all over again.
Maybe
I
so.
wonder if there'll be a throw to first now. That seems to be the cycle here. Zach only about 2 or 3 steps off first base. Here's a pitch. It's a pitch out. Ball one. Catcher advances a little bit towards first base. Zach says, I just step back standing up. Count 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on. High fly ball to short right field.
Nobody's
falls
there.
For a base hit.
Nobody was there.
I don't know what happened to the right fielder that time. It'll go down as a single.
Yeah,
but that was
second
kind of
baseman
a mental
never saw
error.
it. So back-to-back hits. Puts runners at first and second.
The batter is Parker Schutte.
Zach actually ran into the first baseman, but the umpire didn't call any kind of interference. I don't think the second baseman or the right fielder either one saw that ball.
I don't think they knew where. Because the right fielder was kind of coming in on it, but he just stopped. The first pitch to Schutte, foul ball back over in front of the visitor stands on the ground. Starts off 0-1. So 2 runners on for the Vikings. Zach Woods at second. Mason Gilliam at first.
Zach's got a good lead at second this time.
Here's a pitch. Tails outside. Count evens up at 1-1. Vikings have a chance here with no outs to kind of break this thing open a little bit. They lead 3-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning.
The Texans have had a rough season. Haven't scored a lot of runs.
10, I think the coach told us.
All season.
That pitch misses outside, and the count goes to 2-1.
But they're playing some fairly quality ball here tonight.
I'll tell you, only 1 error tonight. Well, okay, a couple of mental errors go down as hits. But overall, yes, Steve, you're right. They're playing a pretty clean
defensively
game,
yeah.
yes. Well, and the pitching, my gosh, this guy Castaneda is great.
Yep.
There's a swing and a miss, evens up the count at 2-2.
Keep us going, Parker.
2 balls, 2 strikes. That pitch goes outside, and the count goes full. Well, that was another one that was kind of coming in, and
that's
that's a tough call not to swing out there.
You can't reach it for a hit.
But it could cross and then go outside, yeah. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Parker Schutte goes down swinging for out number 1. Number 12, Eric Olivares.
Eric can get into it again, but that left fielder is playing him.
Here's the first pitch to Olivares. Swing. It's a high fly ball to short right field. 3 people converging. The second baseman comes over to make the play. Gilliam goes to second. Woods goes to third. Wood hadn't left, and Gilliam was going over to second, and Woods all of a sudden realized, guess I better start running.
What are we going to score that?
Well, that's an F4 because the second baseman went over and got it.
No, he didn't. Yeah, now he's calling him out.
Yeah, he caught the ball. But he tagged up.
Yep. But what about first base? He's going to run over first base.
Now, the coach is asking, did he leave early? But I believe he tagged up because the second baseman caught the ball, fell down.
Zach definitely tagged up, but I don't know about first base. I don't think Gilliam tagged up.
I think we've stumbled onto some kind of kooky mystery here. Let's look around.
Quite an extensive conversation between the two umpires.
And there's again that trio where the ball is falling between right field, second base, and first base. They saw it that time. All right, now what do we call?
Now, the field umpire is going over to Coach Kino, who's asking for some kind of clarification. The home plate umpire is talking to the Texans coach.
Double play.
So they're saying he left early. Kino not happy at all with that call.
Yep.
All right, so officially it's going to be an F4. Got the batter, Olivares.
Yep. And then
Gilliam is out for leaving early.
Yep. So that'd be 4-6.
So it's no runs, 2 hits.
1 left on.
And 1 left on.
That hurt. I think that's right, though. Gilliam was caught off actually dancing with the first baseman, I think. Several calls that we can talk about tonight.
Kino getting his money's worth out there. Not doing anything angry, just getting all the conversation he can. In the bottom of the 5th inning, no runs, 2 hits, 1 left on base. The score remains Lamar 3, Sam Houston 0.
Parker comes back out, start the 6th inning. Yeah, we've had the base runners tonight, but there's been some crazy things that robbed us of being able to get them across the plate.
I thought Gilliam left okay because the second baseman caught the ball and fell down. They gave him time to go back when he took off. But again, I may not have seen it right.
Yeah.
But
well, I think my thought was he didn't think he caught it.
Oh, I got you. I see what you're saying. So he was already off the bag and ran.
He had to run because he didn't.
But it surprised Zach Woods because he had to leave second base.
Yeah.
Leading off in the top of the 6th inning for the Texans, number 5, Kevin Kristen.
We're at the bottom.
Oh, first pitch goes inside.
Number 8 and 9 batters. And then we're back to the top of the order.
Yeah, it'd be good to get these first 2 batters out, wouldn't it, Steve?
Yeah.
Ground ball to Jalen Humbles, and he'll get the G3 easy out.
Jalen did a good job of scooping that up.
The next batter is number 13, Eddie Trejo.
This is only his second at bat.
I think there's no count if you can clear the count. The home plate umpire now is upset about something. He's going over to Coach Kino.
And he doesn't like
Coach Goodman. There's someone in the stands that he's not happy with. But you know what? I mean,
come on, let them be. If they're not being disruptive.
Oh, wow. To me, I can't hear what's being said. It can't be that bad, I don't think. This is the umpire inserting himself into the game, I believe.
Yep.
Just let him play ball. If you're that sensitive, find something else to do with your time. I don't think we're going to get a whole lot of close calls the rest of the game.
Well, Skinner's over there in the stands with them, and my guess is that'll quieten things down. Or he'll tell them
There's
how to
a
do
called strike one.
And a strike two.
Foul ball for strike two, yep. No balls and 2 strikes.
One out.
One out. Number 9 batter up at the plate. Here's a
Got him.
pitch. Ground ball. Deja vu to Humbles. Drops it but picks it up. Makes the play. 2 G3s in a row to get the number 8 and 9 in the order. And the leadoff batter coming up. Number 7, Francisco Castaneda.
Castaneda's their pitcher.
And the leadoff batter. See if
And
he can help himself out here with 2 outs.
And he doubled.
Clear
did
the
he
count and 2 outs. Thank you.
not? Doubled last time up.
Oh, I don't know where that one missed. I guess a hair high.
Must have been.
By the hair of his chest high. That was a beautiful pitch, I thought. So 1 ball and no strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on. There's a foul ball back to the pole of the net. Caroms off over toward
1-1.
the on deck circle. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Good pitch. Oh, I thought.
Hung high a little bit. 2
Yep.
balls and 1 strike. Steve, you saw Nick Rivera. You pointed that out to us off the microphone earlier, warming up earlier. He's not in the bullpen now. He's the closer that finished off the game, the first game against Grand Prairie last week. There's a ground ball to Mason Gilliam at third. Throws across to Humbles for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. Still 3-0. We'll be back. Leading off in the top of the 6th inning for the Vikings, Houston Cornish. All right, Steve, you pointed out earlier our number 7 in the order hitter leading off for us here in the bottom of the 6th. Swings on the first pitch. He goes foul.
Castaneda comes back out for the Bottom of the 6th. He's gone the whole way.
Pitch goes outside. Yeah, he has. And
wonder-
Sam Houston needs that because they typically don't have a lot of strong relief pitchers. If they can get a complete game out of this guy, they're doing well just from that standpoint.
I'm wondering what their pitch count is.
Pitch is low and inside. Count goes to 2-1. Steve, we were talking about the umpire got upset about something someone in the stands said. From what someone just told us, it wasn't anything really bad overall. But, it's funny. Last year, were you here when a whole set of students was kicked out?
Yeah.
They went over and sat on the embankment of Davis Drive. There's a ground ball that goes foul.
No,
it's a fair ball. And it bounced off the umpire's leg.
No,
Now, the home plate umpire is saying foul. The field umpire says fair.
What are we calling it here, folks?
I think it's a fair ball. He's
ball.
on first. Number 3, Jacob Shehorn.
Yeah, and then if I remember correctly, that umpire recognized that they were out on the concrete. Uh-oh, the umpire went down.
Oh,
And he sent the police out to chase them off.
Yeah, well, he said someone called the police, and no one ever – he told security at first. This is last year.
Yeah.
Now, the field umpire, he's down now. He took that ball
took
off
it
the
off
shin, I think, or ankle.
Yep, he did.
And at first I thought he was okay, but then he went and sat down in the infield. Looks like our trainer Bryant is out there with him. Probably trying to make sure there's not a fracture or something. So just kind of catch you up with what's going on here. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning. The leadoff batter, Houston Cornish, hits a ground ball that it looked like it was going foul. A sharp ground ball.
Yep.
Bounced off the field umpire who called it a fair ball. And so he's safe at first base with a single.
He would have known because he would have been in fair territory when he got hit.
Bingo. Yeah. The home plate umpire started to call it a foul ball.
Yep. Well, we're not.
Now, the umpire being escorted off the field under his own power, but our trainer Bryant is with him.
He's limping.
So it looks like we may have one umpire for the remainder of this game, which makes it kind of tough for calls out in the field.
Yep.
Some
you
of this
go
group,
volunteer?
not with this crowd. Steve, I wouldn't mind being a field umpire, calling bases and that stuff. I do not ever want to be in the position of calling balls and strikes. So the two coaches talking with the home plate umpire, I guess to find out if he's going to be able to, if the field umpire is going to come back in or not. Home plate umpire is now over in foul territory off the third base line, talking to the field umpire. The 3 outfielders are in center field taking a knee, one of them sitting down picking daisies. The rest of the infielders for Sam Houston are over on the first base line. We have a runner at first.
The batter at first.
Yeah, he's got his bat over there. Just some fun talking over there, it looks like, between the pitcher and the runner at first.
All right,
some good-natured fun.
A decision has been made. Home plate umpires talking to the 2 head coaches. Just off the pitcher's mound.
The field umpire still over there in foul territory talking with our trainer, Bryant. Doesn't look like he's planning on coming back into the game. He is actually walking toward the gate. So it looks like we will be down to one umpire.
Or a volunteer.
All right, so now we will have a home plate umpire, no umpire in the field, and this will put extra pressure on the sensitive home plate umpire Because of the break in the action, they're giving the pitcher Castaneda a few warm-up pitches just to get kind of loose again. And that's going to be the end of that.
So we got to run it first.
Jacob Shehorn. Yes, sir. So that was a single
Cornish
by
is on
Cornish.
first.
No outs.
No outs. They're going to keep him.
Throw back over to first. Nothing doing. Must be getting a little breezy out there. Kino just put on one of those pullover lightweight kind of windbreakers. There is some
Right.
breeze down there.
Oh, good.
There's a bunt, but it
Oh.
goes foul. That'll even up the. That's excuse me, just 0-1. My bad. The previous throw was a throw over to first.
That was well placed. It was going to be another one of those. Which one of us three are going to pick it up? Third,
Yeah.
home, a catcher or a pitcher?
The triad.
Yeah.
No balls and one strike in a game that has begun to drag on a little bit here. Throw over to first. Cornish back standing up in plenty of time. Shehorn back in the box. No balls, one strike. Two throws to first.
Yeah, that last one, though, the umpire wasn't ready, and
Here's the pitch.
he rebuked him.
The runner's gone. It's a bad throw. No one was on the bag either. See it in the sign and stealing second base, Houston Cornish.
Scoring position, nobody out. But Shehorn's in the hole, 0-2.
Shehorn calls time, I believe. No.
They're
What's the count? Did he say 1-1?
1-1.
Oh, 1-1. Okay. Is that right?
What's he calling? 0-2.
0-2, like you had it the first time. You were right, Steve.
Got him rattled. That's not
Yeah.
good. That's not good. Got
Here
him
comes the
rattled.
0-2. Swung on, jams him, but he fouls it off to get a piece of it.
Staying alive. Is he saying there's one ball?
I don't think there's been that many pitches,
It
have there?
hasn't been. He bunted the first one. Then there was a strike.
Yeah, I think you have the count proper. There's a ball. That's a wild pitch, and that'll send Cornish to third base. I'm trying to look through the netting to see what he holds up. It's when it gets dark and dusky, it's kind of hard to tell how many fingers are holding up sometimes through the netting. But, Steve, I believe you have the count correct on the scoreboard at 1-2.
Now they're going. The infield is in again. Last time they did this, got burned.
But why would you do that with a man on
Man on third.
third? I don't think you're going to bunt there. He swings at it. It goes foul
They're
into the home bullpen. And the
That's-
count stays, as far as we know, at 1-2.
So that's two foul balls with two strikes. Again, quality at bat.
Well, and in a few he'll have you got to get 8 pitches to get a quality at bat. That's the stat. That's the
stats.
that's
huh?
the stats. Yep.
Okay, it's not
It's
quality.
a good
yet,
at
but
bat
it's a
so
good-
far. Yes.
It's a good one.
It's a good one so far. In a few pitches, it'll be quality. Here's the 1-2.
Got him. Nope. Got a
He
piece
fouls
of
it. Got a piece of it.
That's 3. That's 6 pitches.
All right, 2 more. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a
And he
ground
puts the ball
ball.
in play.
It goes between the first and second baseman for a single. Houston Cornish scores. Scoring on the RBI single, Houston Cornish. The next Viking to the plate, number 4, Ethan Barnard.
guess they better give us a run, hadn't they?
That'd be nice. So Jacob Shehorn gets an RBI single. He's on first with nobody out. The Vikings now lead 4-0 in the bottom of the 6th inning. There's a pitch. Runner's going. Not even a throw. He's in safe.
We keep pecking away.
One ball and no strikes. Now a runner in scoring position with nobody out. One run already across this inning. There's a little excuse me swing back to the pitcher.
Whoa.
He throws to third. The runner's safe at first, the batter. Now they're in a pickle over here. They're throwing it back and forth. They try to get him. He's going back to second, and he'll be tagged out. So the runner or the batter reaches on a fielder's choice. That's Ethan Barnard. And Kino saying, why did you not go to second base when that was going on?
Yep.
All right, so that's going to be the runner
5,
short
6,
pickle.
No, 3, 5, 6, 3, etc.
Cooper Barnard.
Why didn't you go to second? Because I thought he was going to go back there. No, they never go back to
The
second.
runner goes to second
Oh,
now, but
no.
the throw is in the dirt, and Ethan Barnard is safe at second. One ball, no strikes to Cooper Barnard, his brother Ethan, the runner at second, in scoring position. Can brother hit brother in?
Well, he got him to third last time.
Yes, he did. Good point. Here's the pitch. Jams him inside, but he fouls it off. Count goes to 1-1. That's another one of those pitches, Steve. I think it started looking like it was going to be a strike, but it just kept curving in. And by the time he decided to swing, he was jammed.
Jammed on that inside. Batting left-handed. He's due. He got hit by a pitch, and he's
The 1-1 pitch goes outside, and it
he
becomes 2-1.
drove the last one back to the pitcher. Dribbled the last one back to the pitcher.
Yeah.
See if he can connect.
Here comes the 2-1. That's outside. Count goes to 3-1. I don't think he's going to swing if it's real, edgy, because why get that second strike if here comes the 3-1. Swings on it. It's a high fly ball towards the first baseman. He reaches over and catches it for the out. That'll go down as an F3, getting number 24. The next Viking up at the plate, Jalen Humbles. All right, 2 outs and a runner at second now for Jalen Humbles.
He was swinging, scooping rather than swinging through.
Last time.
Yeah, that's hard especially for a lefty.
Swings and misses at that first pitch, and it snowballs in 1 strike.
Yeah, Coach Anna kind of was coaching him as he came off. Stroke it. Don't scoop it.
Here comes the 0-1.
There you
Ground
go,
ball
base
between
hit.
short and third. Base hit. They're going to hold the runner at third smartly. And we've got runners at the corners.
With 2 outs.
Nick Griffin. Now, Jalen Humbles, a previous batter with that single, he's at first. His mother, Stacy Humbles, is the principal over at Arlington High School. She used to be the principal for a while at Butler Elementary, where a bunch of these kids went to elementary years back. Coach Goodman Oh, he's just handing off some of the elbow safety equipment to Coach Kino that Jalen Humbles gave him.
And having a conversation.
Yep. And now Goodman taking his time walking back around home plate to first base in his coaching position. Just finding little ways for this game to drag on. Not really complaining. It's a beautiful evening. It's a fun game. But it's just interesting every so often. Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, so 2 outs, runners on the corners for the
All right,
Vikings.
Nick is up.
Nick Griffin at the plate. He's had a triple and a single tonight, I believe.
A double would set him up for.
Getting closer to the cycle, huh? Pitcher steps off the mound. Humbles retreats back to first base. Now he's got a 2 or 3 step lead. The first pitch to Griffin, it's high. There's a throw. Nope.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, he faked that throw wisely because there's a runner at third. I thought maybe he was going to throw and there'd be a cut.
Yep.
The pitch was ball 1.
Yep.
So now runners at second and third, 2 runners in scoring position, and Griffin's bat is hot tonight. Let's see if he can get the 2-out hit here and bring in 1 or 2 runs. Here's a pitch, low and outside. Ball 2, 2-0. Griffin had some hits and RBIs last week in the 2-game series against Grand Prairie as well.
And so the 6th innings are beginning to show.
Umpire comes out and cleans
Castaneda,
off the
right.
plate with his little whisk broom. That's the break in the action right now. Two balls and no strikes to Nick Griffin. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. The Vikings lead 4-0. Bottom of the 6th inning. Time is called.
And who called time?
I believe the batter did. Nick Griffin did.
Okay.
He was standing there for a little while. But it was interesting because at first I just saw the umpire turn towards Coach Kino at third, and I'm like, now what?
Now what did you do?
Yeah. Here comes the 2-0. It's high. It's a 3-0 count. Will he load the bases on this pitch with 2 outs?
Well,
Which would bring up the cleanup hitter, Mason Gilliam.
Nick, I would think you ought to be taken, but.
Here's the
conventional
3-0.
There it goes.
Yep. And there is the strike down the middle, and the count goes to 3-1. Griffin has another pitch to look at if he wants to here with the 3-1. You don't want to accidentally just hit into the 3rd out. But if it's a good pitch, get it for what you can.
Oop.
And that will put him on base. The first walk of the night.
Courtesy runner. Zach again.
The next batter is going to be number 18, Mason Gilliam. Courtesy runner at first base for the Vikings, number 22, Zach Woods. All right, so now the bases are juiced for the cleanup hitter, Mason Gilliam.
He's 0 for 2 tonight. Oh,
So he's due.
he is due.
Oh, clear the count, please. Thank you.
Thanks for catching it. Whoa.
Gilliam has had enough of standing there waiting for the pitch. He asked for time. It's granted. This pitcher, Castaneda, is very deliberate at times.
He takes his time between pitches.
Yeah. Here's the pitch. Oh, that's way outside. The catcher did a great job of stabbing out there and catching it because
It'd be a wild pitch.
if he and is going to score a run.
Yeah, it had wild pitch written all over it.
So the count starts off 1 ball and no strikes to Gilliam.
Kind of looked like that stretch.
To Gilliam.
Gilliam did
Yes,
first base.
yes, yeah. It really did. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be strike 1. A little bit of a curve action there. Slider, also curve slider, a collider. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases juiced.
No place.
2 outs. Here's the pitch.
Drake
Oh, catches the outside corner. Gilliam didn't think so.
didn't like it.
Steps out. Fortunately, holding his tongue.
It was a dying pitch. By the time the catcher caught it, it was almost in the dirt.
Yeah. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That's where it was when it went across the front of that plate.
Here's the pitch. Fouls it to stay alive. All right, Gilliam stays alive with that foul ball. 1-2 the count. 2 outs, bases loaded. The Vikings lead 4-0. Bottom of the 6th. Pitcher steps off. I think we were pretty close to Gilliam asking for time again. Here comes the 1-2. Fouls it away.
Base hit would score a couple.
Let's see if Gilliam can get a hold of one here. Another 1-2 pitch on its way. That's going to be ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes outside.
Infield's playing deep, playing back,
Yeah, they don't want anything to go over their heads.
and they don't want anything to go through.
Keep it in front of you. The infielder's halfway to most of the way back in the dirt.
Got him.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. He drops it, but first base is occupied. And that's going to end the inning. Now, people are not leaving very quickly.
Wait a minute. He's calling.
What did he call?
He said he's tipped it.
Oh, okay. He's saying he tipped it. All right.
So we'll go
So
back.
the count stays at 2-2.
And the base is loaded.
So Gilliam swung. I guess it glanced the ball. The catcher dropped it. Gilliam wasn't aware that he dropped it. He instinctively runs to first. Drop strike 3, thought.
So that's-
First base is occupied.
So that's 3 that he's
Yeah.
fouled off.
Here's a pitch.
That guy.
There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. The Vikings get one to make it 4-0, but they leave the bases loaded. We'll be back. First pitch to Brian Lopez, the number 2 hitter in the order, leading off here in the top of the 7th inning, goes into the dirt for ball 1. Yeah. Vikings lead 4-0.
Parker coming back for
See
the
if he can
7th inning, see if we can complete this.
That pitch is low for ball 2. Yeah, it'd be nice to see if Schutte can get a complete game here. Haven't seen any action in the bullpen yet since about 3 innings ago. There's a swing and a miss for strike 1, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Parker doesn't seem to be struggling. He's very confident on the mound.
Here comes the 2-1.
There's
right down the middle for the 2-2. Here comes the ballerina 2-2 pitch.
Ooh.
Oh, just inside. That seems like it's been called a strike sometimes. It's just barely in or out of that strike zone, right, Steve?
I don't know whether he called that in or high.
But it's a full count. Here comes the payoff pitch.
Got
Swing and a miss for strike 3. The next batter for the Texans, number 25, David Herrera. Well, Steve, a little bit tighter game than we might have expected against Sam Houston tonight. But the Vikings still have the shutout going so far. I hope it didn't just jinx them. 4-0, top of the 7th. Schutte throwing a 2-hitter. There's a fly ball that's going to go foul into the visitors' bullpen or just outside of it. And the count starts off 0-1. There's an important first pitch strike. What's that, Steve?
Herrera lined to the shortstop for that double play.
Oh, that's
Last
right,
time
yeah. When
bang, bang.
Shryock caught that and then threw back to first, yeah. Glad you mentioned that, brought that up. Shryock playing deep at shortstop. Here's the 0-1. That's high. The count goes even at 1-1. Zach Wood's father, Vince, is up here hanging out in the press box. Just came up here a few minutes ago. And, Vince, we were just talking about 4 years. Zach has provided
There's
such
a base
great
hit.
help here up in the booth. Did he catch that? Oh, my gosh.
Shoot Parker, L8. That was a beautiful diving catch.
This Olympic moment brought to you by center fielder Cooper Barnard.
Way to go, Cooper. That was
The next batter, number 4, Jonathan Coronado.
Now, for those of you who are listening,
That was funny.
it looked like a line drive into the hole, and Barnard just laid out on his belly and robbed him before it hit the ground.
Oh. There's a first pitch strike on a swing and a miss. It was a high pitch, possibly over the outside edge, but Coronado, the cleanup hitter, swung and whiffed.
So do you think Bill has had influence on Zach to send him down to Aggie Land?
That that pitch missed and it's 1-1. Yeah, but we were mentioning earlier, man, Zach, for 4 years, just providing all kinds of help up here with us. When he's not on the field in a varsity game, he is up here running scoreboard, keeping stats. There's a ground ball to the first baseman. Humbles, picks it up, steps on first. And that's going to retire the side, and that's the game. We'll be back in just a few moments to wrap it up.
Wrap it up for us, Bill.
Well, the
11.
Vikings string out some hits. They had 11 hits. They get 4 runs. They stranded a total of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 runners. It could have been worse, especially when they left the bases loaded in the bottom of the 6th. But they do come away with the victory. Unfortunately for the Texans, another shutout. But, hey, the Vikings faced their ace pitcher tonight, and Castaneda did a great job.
And he was throwing a good game.
He definitely was. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night. It's an away game for the Vikings. I think I'm going to go try to hang out and watch that game and see if it goes a little bit differently.
Yeah, and they take on these Houston Texans again tomorrow night.
Sure enough.
For the second of the doubleheader.
Well, I want to thank our executive producer, Jay Ryan, who is in a bunker in an undisclosed location in Arlington, Texas, making sure everything happens. Steve, I want to thank you for being here another time. We do great work
Always a
together.
joy.
I'm not bragging, but we're good.
Yeah, we have fun.
We do, for sure.
We have fun.
I'm Bill Frawley with Steve Langford saying VFND.